Welcome to ChiliParrot. Now I want to show you how you can use ChiliParrot to learn and improve your listening and speaking skills in a new language. Our goal with ChiliParrot is to make a tool that focuses on listening and speaking skills above all else. This is because we experience that existing solutions don't give you the volume of practice needed to master these skills. We also believe that your individual learning journey is unique and you should be able to practice what you find interesting and what you feel motivated to learn, and not have to follow a fixed path. Let me show you how it works. This is the content selection screen. Here we have created a variety of content that should appeal to beginner learners and those that are more advanced. But don't worry too much about the levels. Just because you're at A1 level doesn't mean you can't do B2 content. Choose something that interests you. The content is easy to create, and we hope to allow other teachers or even you to create content in the future, so that you can work on the content that fits your needs exactly. As you can see, the content is organized into folders containing boards. Now I'm going to show you what a board looks like. The content you practice in ChiliParrot is split up into boards containing cards. The first thing you will see when you click on a board is a screen containing a few cards. On the front of the card, you will see an image or a text in the language you already master. If you click on a card, you will hear the phrase spoken in the language you are learning.
Jeg kan lage taco til middag I kveld.
Listen to what is being said and try to repeat it.
Jeg kan lage taco til middag I kveld.
As you repeat listening and speaking, you will see that each card measures how many times you have repeated it.
Jeg kan møte deg etter lunsj.
This allows you to keep track of the effort you have put into repeating a card, and allows you to get a feeling for how many repetitions you need to master something in the short term. You can also double-click a card to see how it's written in your target language. This can be very helpful if you are having trouble distinguishing the different words of the phrase. You can also click the I button to see an explanation of the word or phrase that can contain things like the intention of the phrase, a detailed breakdown of each word in the phrase, grammatical or cultural points, alternative phrases, or phrases using the same structure. This will allow you to understand the logic of the language without having to look things up somewhere else. Once you've practiced enough that you think you have mastered the phrases, it is time to test yourself. Click the chili to start the test. The first test is to see whether you can recognize the spoken phrase and what it means.
Jeg kan lage taco til middag I kveld.
Click on a card to hear a phrase and click the check button if you understand it. If you don't, you should probably go back and practice more. This can be done using the back arrow.
Jeg kan vise deg hvordan man gjør det. Jeg kan lage taco til middag I kveld. Jeg kan møte deg etter lunsj. Jeg kan vente utenfor butikken. Jeg kan ringe deg senere I dag.
The second test is harder, but focuses on listening as well. Here you have to see if you can recognize the phrases spoken right after each other in a random order.
Jeg kan lage taco til middag I kveld. Jeg kan møte deg etter lunsj. Jeg kan vise deg hvordan man gjør det. Jeg kan vente utenfor butikken. Jeg kan ringe deg senere I dag.
If you can't, you can use the back arrow to go back to the first chili, or all the way back to practice mode.
Jeg kan lage taco til middag I kveld. Jeg kan møte deg etter lunsj. Jeg kan vente utenfor butikken. Jeg kan vise deg hvordan man gjør det. Jeg kan ringe deg senere I dag.
The third test is all about being able to pronounce the phrase by trying to pronounce it as well as you can. Click the record button and record yourself pronouncing the phrase. Click stop to stop the recording. You will then hear your pronunciation and the original recording so that you can compare them. As with other stages, it is up to you to determine if you think your pronunciation was correct. Click the check mark if you are happy with your pronunciation, or click X to try again. If you feel you need more practice, you can always go back to practice mode and skip the other tests when you are ready to test yourself again. Some might feel that they would like some external validation of whether they pronounced it correctly. But remember that learning to speak in another language is kind of like learning to play an instrument. You have to hear yourself and learn how to improve the sounds you create on your own. This is
Jeg
just
kan
a
lage
skill that
taco
you
til
have to
middag i kveld.
develop.
Jeg kan
And
lage
don't
taco
worry,
til middag i kveld.
you will get better at it. So don't be too hard on yourself. Your goal is to be understood and sound like yourself, not to
Jeg kan
sound
vente
exactly like the
utenfor
recording
butikken.
in every way.
Jeg kan vente utenfor butikken. Jeg kan ringe deg senere i dag. Jeg kan ringe deg senere i dag.
Once you have approved your pronunciations, you have completed the board and can move on to the next one. We hope you will give it a try and join our international community of learners to help make ChiliParrot better.